Tell him to get on with it.
Why don't you wind your neck in and wait for your turn?
Why don't you spell correctly?
I'll try harder next time.
To be fair, mine's all spelt wrong as well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Worshipful Master. Jim Davidson OBE stands for Officer of the Order of the British Empire. You get given one of those for doing nice things. I got mine for charity and for helping the armed forces, hence the slogan, a good bloke, plain and simple. OK, what can you say about me? I'm probably the only person that didn't really want to gain anything coming out of Big Brother apart from money. And to challenge myself after a rather difficult year. My children wanted me to come in because they know that I'd bugger up and upset as many people as I could. However, as much fun as that would have been, I decided to stick to this bloke, to the person that I know and the people that don't know me from off stage. And even though my opponent is falling asleep and trying to pay no notice at the moment because I haven't said anything about her yet and her whole world is collapsing, it might do her a little bit to have a listen before her next bit comes and she learns a few home truths. And that's what I've tried to be here. I've tried to be truthful. Yes, I've got in arguments, and I think the only time I've got in arguments is if I think an argument is worth getting in. Where there is injustice, I will always stand up for justice. Where there's untruths, I will always try and find the truths. Where there's loyalty was given, they will get it back. When hatred is given, I will try and find out why that hatred is given. I'm the type of person that people can say, will you do this for me? And it will be done. It might take me a bit of a time to do it, but it will be done. If I give my word stands. I also thank you on behalf of my family, because as I'm sitting here in luxury, for the last 3 weeks, my wife and family have been sitting at home thinking, how's this going to end up? And after a year of hell, where any other woman would have broke down and buggered off, maybe a vote from you, the public, will say to my wife, Michelle, OK, we think your Jim's not a bad bloke, and you were right to stick by him. So thank you all for that. Jim Davidson, a good bloke, plain and simple. Luisa, simple and plain. The reason I say simple and plain is because you've only got to look at Luisa to see how fake she really is. Physically, she's fake from most places up, with the fake tan, the eyelashes, the hair, the implants, the God knows what. And this is a woman that decides that rules are not for her at all. But is there really people like that in the world, or is that just for in here? Can she really go through life boasting that she's had all these businesses and she was wonderful and she sacked someone on The Apprentice where she didn't really have to, but she had to? Or was this all just to get attention? Is this really Luisa, simple and plain person that has decided to enhance herself to such a state that it is impossible to ignore her? When she was a child, from her own admission, to nutting a tree to giving herself a nosebleed because she wasn't getting enough attention. A person cannot be the pushy she claims she is. I think this is a simple and plain, charming girl who suddenly decides that her self-esteem is so low she will go to any extreme to be noticed, including nutting a tree to get a nosebleed. I'd like to invite you to vote for me and vote for Luisa to leave the house. And I'm sure she'll get a time to answer in a second, and whatever she says about me, I promise not to heckle, because I don't want to draw attention to myself. I've just done that now. Need I say more?